And Edward Jones Dome, Arrowhead Stadium will feel just like home. Home as in Foxborough, later Gillette. Year after year with the brains of a vet, you'll earn all the accolades players can get. AT&T, M&T, NRG, Mile High, you'll slip into Levi's like some local wise guy. Domes, there are lots of them you'll have explored. Superdome, Metrodome, RCA, Ford. From Lambeau to Mexico, Mariel, England, where you'll play as sharp as a Swiss knife. From FedEx to Hard Rock and Paul Brown to MetLife. You'll cook at Heinz Field and then serve food and drink at Soldier Field, Sun Devil, even the Link. Yet some spots will bring woes. You'll lose to your foes. In Glendale, at Lucas Oil, that's how it goes. Defeats that a champion never forgets. At Minnie's U.S. Bank, at home to the Jets.
Better with the use of cartoons. Maybe I'm just speaking for myself here. Lindsay Theory is in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium, where Tom Brady has never played. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Sam. Rams coach Sean McVay tells me it's unbelievable how well Tom Brady is playing, pointing to his ability to make everyone around him better. In fact, McVay says a case could be made that Brady's playing at his highest level ever. That will pose a big challenge for the Rams defense, including Aaron Donald, who's never sacked Brady. In order to counter Brady's quick throws, Donald says we've got to get our hands up. And when he does hold on to the ball, we must take advantage and hit him. As for Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford, he has a big fan in Bucs coach Bruce Arians, who says he'll be on the field during pregame warmups to watch Stafford throw. Arians tells me he loves Stafford because of his talent. He can make every throw at every angle, and he can stretch the field both horizontally and vertically. Sam?
Thanks, Lindsay. Yeah, some extra pressure on Matthew today, because if you remember last year, the guy they got rid of to bring Matthew in beat the Bucs in Tampa. So maybe a little extra expectation on Matthew at home today. Let's get to the tail of the tape, though. Let's talk about the edge and some of these matchups we're going to see in this game. Matt, start us off with QBs.
Yeah, two great ones, but the edge has to go to Tom Brady. He's playing, I think, maybe the best of his career. And look, he's getting faster. When's the last time you saw Tom Brady on a naked bootleg? I don't remember it, but I'm getting old, too.
Wide open.
But the naked bootleg, and then he finds his little love button there, Gronk. But his brain is getting sharper, too. Look, hey, points it out. Hey, if these guys blitz over here, you guys look hot. They're hot. He doesn't really like it. Look how quickly he turns around. 7 of his 9 touchdown passes, he's getting off in less than 2.5 seconds. That's frustrating. Check this out. The middle linebacker unblocked. Play action right, spin around, screen pass, untouched. He's getting the ball out so quick. Super frustrating for pass rushers trying to get hits and sacks. I'll take Brady.
All right, Randy, how about at the skill positions? Who has the edge there?
Well, I'm going to have to give that edge to the Tampa Bay Bucs. Matt talked about the love button. Well, let me show you the love button. Right here for Rob Gronkowski. Yes, he has lost a little bit of speed out in the open field, but where does the Tampa Bay Bucs and Tom Brady utilize his size and his strength? In the red zone. Love button right there. Rob Gronkowski today is going to be a red zone nightmare for the LA Rams. They got to get this man covered, and I'm not talking about jamming at the line. You better get him.
So, Rex, who has the coaching edge in this one?
Yeah, I mean, I want to put a tie in there.
No,
but
you can't do
so
that.
I'm going to go with the better-looking guy. John McVay here. The only reason, no offense, Bruce, but you're not that handsome. But this guy right here's got it going. He's got, look, man, they invested everything into this football team, right? They don't have any draft picks. They don't have anything. He's got his quarterback now. He's got a great defense. To me, I'm going to give it to this guy because he's so creative on offense. And let's face it, like you said, Jared Goff lit him up last time they played, so I'm going to give him the check, even though I wanted to make it a tie.
This is not a beauty pageant, Rex. You know that. Freddie, help us out on defense. Who has the edge there?
All right, tough one here. Great players on both sides, but you know I love watching linebackers, and I look at that unit led by Levante David right here, and it's textbook. They try to fool him with 2 double teams in front of him to get him flowing to his right. There's a little fake there, but bend action. They bring the tight end back. David says, no, I'm not biting on that. Takes him on, outside leverage, still able to make that tackle and swallow him up. Textbook run reads right there, and then playing the play action pass. You know you're a good linebacker when they keep trying to give you misdirection, and that's what David is. He's got it read before Ryan's even read it. He checks the in cut, coming at him from the short side, looks back to the quarterback. Now he looks for the crosser. 1, 2, 3 progression, all right? And all of a sudden, there it is. And I got the speed to go cover that. Man, that fires me up. I see you, Levante David.
Calm down, Teddy. Calm down.
The linebacker
That's how
progression.
you know it's going to be a good game, is they had a tough time choosing in all of these. So many great matchups across the board in this one. Still to come, 18th season. Randy, I kind of feel bad. We had the feature on Jameis last week talking about how he's changed. He's a new man. I don't know if we jinxed him. How can Sean Payton get week 1 Jameis back today?
Well, I really think they fell in love from his performance in week 1. And one thing that you know, with looking at the New Orleans Saints offense, they love being able to stretch the field. But today, 2 interceptions last week going against the Carolina Panthers. You just talked about the statistics for the secondary of the New England Patriots. No sloppy play. Balls over the middle. Tips and overthrows.
Gotta get those.
That's the one thing that New England Patriots secondary is going to make you pay. So today, I'm looking for guys like Kamara, Callaway, Humphreys, and there's one special player, Deontay Harris. And the reason why I'm calling out the Saints offensive playmakers, because the one thing that I've seen, if there's any type of chink in the armor for the New England Patriots secondary or defense as a whole, it's being able to tackle in space. And I think that when you have short, quick guys like a Deontay Harris, I'm just going back off of week 1, them being able to play Miami. That was their game plan. So I look for a game plan today for the New Orleans Saints. The dink and dunk, be able to bring that back. Being able to take a little bit of pressure off of Jameis Winston. We always talk about the run game takes pressures off the quarterbacks. But in a game like this, they're going to smash that run. But I think it's for the dink and dunk game of the New Orleans Saints. That's a must today.
You know, we heard about Sam talk about how this team leads the NFL in interceptions since 2018. There's a player over the past 4 years that is tied for the most interception. Is it McCourty?
No, it's J.C.
Who is it?
Jackson.
Jackson. J.C. Jackson. He can play in the slot. Look, he's rare. He's a guy that can play man coverage, uses leverage, and also have eyes on the quarter. Look at this interception. Crazy.
Get him.
But you know what else he can do? Play on the outside. Look at this stick right here. Now, never look for the ball unless you're in complete control. Look how he's on top here. And now he's able to have
ran the route. He ran the route for him.
Run the route, and he's got great hands for the interception. This is a guy. Now, here's the scary thing. All right, Gilmore's not playing yet. But wait, you're Stephon Gilmore. Now, this guy actually goes from your number 1 corner to your number 2 corner. Like, this is really scary. So, to me, J.C. Jackson is a guy that the league really doesn't talk about, but you need to start paying attention.
So how much do we really want to put on Jameis Winston's shoulders? I mean, he talked about last week in the feature you referenced there about his mentality, about staying calm during third down situation, staying calm during 2 minutes. That's basic stuff about keeping your mind at a level pace right there and staying calm. I think Taysom Hill has got to come in and spell him even more. 22 snaps the first game, only 9 snaps the last game. This is something, the strength is the defensive backfield in New England. Why bang your head against a brick wall and try to throw it? Use Taysom, some power running, short passes to Kamara, but every snap that Taysom Hill either plays quarterback or changes up the game plan is one less on Jameis Winston's mentality, and that's what I like.
Yeah, and you saw Sean Payton and company do that even when Drew Brees was the quarterback. And that pays dividends. Like not even in the game today, but for your next 3 to 4 weeks, every opponent that you'll play will have to spend practice time, meeting time, thinking about all these creative Taysom Hill plays that come up. So 100%. I'd like to spin it to the Patriots side of the ball and the quarterback for them, Mac Jones. Again, another one of these great, young, talented first-round draft pick quarterbacks. But we give the Patriots a pass, I believe, because they're so good and they've been so good in situational football. There's so much, basically they're playing chess when everyone else is playing checkers.
Right.
But last week at the quarterback position, Mac Jones, I know you're a rookie. I know we're not putting the team on your back, but you got to be smarter in situational football. There was a time last week, it's a third down situation in field goal range. You have 3 points in the bank and you take a sack. Simple stuff. This is what we know in high school and college. I know your head's swimming, but let's just say it how it is. The Patriots aren't perfect in that regard. Mac Jones, I think the number one job for him today, instead of not only just protecting the football, but you got to play Patriot football, which is being great in situational awareness, something they used to be amazing at. And just saying it how it is, they have not been that way of late.
Thank you. Because when I said this is not Tom Brady, so forget about it. He's not Tom Brady, and he's not. And it's so funny because when I said everybody on Monday, everybody's looking at me like, oh yes he is. No, he's not. And Tom Brady, there's nobody better in those situations than Tom Brady. And to me, you're right. He's a rookie. He's got to get better and better at it. But
well, I even go back to last year. It was like the big game, and Cam Newton was out because of COVID, and Brian Hoyer's there. It's a 2-minute drive. They're right there, and like the Patriots come away with no points. Then everyone's just quiet about it. Like, right. I'm quiet. We're all quiet because it's like, well, you don't want to criticize the Patriots because like they're always so good at that. But like. These things are adding up, okay? Like the goodwill and all that stuff, it's like, okay, you did it. That was yesterday. And like Belichick always says, like, hey, we're on to the next game. All right, well, you're on to the next game.
Real
we're
quick,
looking at last game.
when Mac Jones came out of college, what's the one thing they talked about? His smartness, am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Mac, he'll get it.
Yeah,
Don't worry
no,
about it.
I know he'll get it.
But he's got to get help.
Tough
he's got to get help. Help from the defensive secondary. Uche and Judon, both good edge rushers that are coming into their own as a tandem. That's how they're going to win the football
and
games.
running the ball.
And running the ball.
You started off the season, Randy, talking about this two tight end set. Are they healthy? Are they going to play Patriot football? To me, Patriot football is when you dominate somebody up front at the line of scrimmage, pulling guards, like you say, down, somebody around. That's Patriot football.
I can tell y'all why this game feels weird. It feels weird because it's the first time since 1998. So some of these players weren't even born for this time. First time since 1998 that there hasn't been a Brady or a Breeze in this Saints-Patriots matchup. It is a new era. Things are changing, so maybe.
What were you doing in 98, man?
I got drafted same year as you in